Hey people, what go on? Welcome to another episode of Big Up Yourself podcast. I'm here with David G Heron and the man himself, Darron Ray.
Big up yourself.
Donaldson, the general.
That's it, listen. Glad to be here, honored.
Hey, what go on, man?
Yeah, and how you guys been?
You know, can't complain. I've been good. How you feel?
Yeah. Good. Kind of cold in New York, you know. Winter came back with a vengeance, but start to inch up a little bit more. So I'm good with that. I wish I was at 85 degrees like you guys.
Man tell me say he been working out, you know. Back in the gym, you know.
Yeah, man. Get back in the gym.
So you know, so me and you have to step up a game because we can't make him come show you up, you know.
Yeah, Darron, so I go and start.
Not much so far, you know, just been taking it easy one day at a time.
That is it.
Trying to figure out what's the next move.
I know, I'm glad you said that, you know, because you see, one thing I realize about life is no matter how far you progress and no matter how much you've achieved, it's always figuring out that next move. And it's not about where you are. It's like every single person on this planet is still trying to figure it out. No matter how well you see them looking like they have it together, they still are trying to figure it out.
Chef getting philosophical.
No, but that's true.
It's true. The way I said that true.
A real thing. I'm going to tell you something, man. You realize we sit down and we look up to certain people in our industry, right? In our field, what we love. And every time them people go on stage and get an award and them accepting it, they're like, man, I didn't know that this was gonna happen. And yeah, I said, brother, but like where you are right now is where I'm working to get to. And he's saying that I'm still trying to figure it out. You get me, I say? So it's like it's a never-ending quest of personal development. So no matter where you are in life, no matter what stage of life you're at, no matter how difficult you find it, you're not alone in your journey. Everybody is trying to figure it out. Nobody has it all completely together. No matter how much money them have, no matter how successful they are, they're still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, probably you want my take on that?
Yeah, because remember say you had the wisdom, you know.
Oh, yeah. No, I agree with you. You know, it's all a journey, you know, and you, like, we were talking the other day and I was telling you that once you know where you want to go, you know, it's like, you know, you're driving and you set the GPS, right? You know you know where you want to end up. You know what your destination is going to be, where your destination is going to be. So you don't worry too much while you're driving because you know you're going to get there because you already programmed the GPS, right? So using that analogy is that don't worry too much about the journey. Just start the journey. You understand what I'm saying? Just start it and you know you're going to get there. You dig what I'm saying, Darron? What's your take on that?
Of course. I mean, if any of my other friends would hear this, that I agree with you wholeheartedly because they're always telling me I have so many ideas and so many times I'm just here sitting down saying, all right, I can do this, I can do that. But then oftentimes I just end up not doing it. And then for the people looking around, when I look around at certain people, it's like they just take that step. They take that journey. They don't have plans at all. They just take the step. I have a friend of mine, and he said he bought a camera bag, but he never had a camera. He never had batteries. He never had anything. He just had a camera bag. And now, big time photographer, videographer. Him take. He's a personal photographer for one of the artists who come down during soca time. So it's feel like we should utilize that mentality more often. It's just you know where you want, you know what you want to do, take a risk and then
stick your neck out. Stick your neck out. You know, sometimes your neck will get chopped off, you know, but you know, if you don't know, if you don't stick your neck out, you know what I'm saying? You gotta do it. And when I was growing up, I don't know if they still say this in Jamaica, but I always hear this saying said, nothing on him can't.
Exactly.
You ever hear that? Better of your generation.
Yeah.
My mother gave me a different version. She said, in every Jamaican there's an I can. Which is the last.
Oh wow, that's cute. That's cute. I
mean,
that.
I don't know where she picked it up, but she told me that.
Yeah, check it out. Yeah.
It resonates with me because there's a saying that I heard, and I believe it. They say that if you say you can or you can't, both times you're right.
Yes.
Both times you're right.
Yes.
So it really comes down to how much you really want what you're going for. And you see, the thing is what you're saying about your brethren. There's this saying that an entrepreneur is a person who jumps off a cliff and then builds the airplane on the way down. So you don't really know. You don't need to know how. You just need to know that it's gonna happen. It's not just a belief. It's a knowing. It's just knowing that. It's knowing that no matter what comes my way, I have to do this. You know what I mean? It just has to have that relentless power behind you.
Well, it's like we've been talking, and I tell you, once you have the intention, right? You have a dream. You have an intention of getting somewhere, doing something, right? That's all you need. Yeah. Once you have that intention, it's already the universe done. Already programmed. It's done. It's done. No, you can mess it up by having beliefs that I can't and stuff. You can mess it up. It'll take longer if you have doubt. But if you don't have any doubt and you get excited about, hey, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. It's gonna happen, man. It's gonna happen. Because the universe take you literally. You know
what's funny? I remember when we were all in New York together, Darron, like last year. I think it was October. And we're down in Queens, and we're having a similar discussion about this. Something similar to this.
Manifesting.
Yeah, it was something similar to this, and we were sitting down and we were talking, and it was like, somebody brought up like, okay, so if this is so powerful, why is there problems, or why is there delay, or why is there this and why is there that? And somebody was doubting. I don't remember who it was, but it wasn't like they were like bashing the whole idea of it. It was like, how can you navigate that? And I've come to understand that just because there is a presence of something, it doesn't negate that life is life. It's just that, for example, like you're driving on the road and you're driving a brand new car and you hit a pothole. You hitting the pothole doesn't mean that you're a bad driver. The pothole is just in the middle of the road and where you're going. It's on the road, right? You can't swerve out of the lane and go into oncoming traffic. The pothole is right there. You have to either hit the pothole at high speed and burst a tire, or you see the pothole coming and you know it's there. You slow down and you navigate the pothole and you go about your business. So it's just you, as a person, we have to know what we want, and we have to literally put every single waking effort to think on that thing. Because I'm telling you, right now I have things I wish for. Right now, this minute. I've had things that back in the day I wished for, and I have them now. And it's like nothing. But when I never have them, it was like, such a big deal. And you can't remember from when, the time from you wish for it until you just have it. You just know that you have it. So what's to stop us from wishing for more things?
How I like to look on it is, going back to your pothole reference, is the pothole was there first initially. The pothole has always been there, but I have to know, am I going to take this journey? Am I going to go on the road willingly and knowingly that there's a pothole on this road? Am I going to mash up my car? Am I going to fix the car if it mash up? Am I going to do this? So as you take different challenges, you take different routes and opportunities knowing that there will be challenges that you have to face.
Exactly.
So are you going to get up? Will you get up? And how will you maneuver the space while you're on the road?
Tell me more about that though. Like in terms of what you just said, right? What do you think is the most important part when you've come to that realization and then the journey is there?
The most important part, I think is never giving up, no matter the outcome. So everything, Rome wasn't built in, all these sayings that Rome wasn't built in a day. You can be a master of one, you can be a master of all. You can not be good at anything, but as long as you never give up, you can be the best at whatever you put your mind to.
Exactly.
So it doesn't matter what challenges there are. It doesn't matter if, let's say, you want to be a doctor, and for whatever reason you didn't pass medical school, but the lessons you learned while in medical school, you can be a chef, you can be a producer, you can be an actor, you can do whatever avenue. The fact that we have free will and the fact that we're human means that the possibilities are endless.
Yes, and that, I'm sorry to cut you, but that really bring me to what I said before about sticking in the crowd, taking a chance, you never know. Sometimes your head will get chopped off, like a turtle, but but sometimes it won't. You know what I'm saying? And it's really your mindset that really makes things happen. If like I say, if you have no doubt, you more than likely will get there. But as human beings, the human part of us are always doubtful because we think, oh, that's too good to be true, and oh, this can't happen, because how come, what if, and that really slows you down because the doubt is the doubt part of it. But if you go with full, confidence and trust, you can say to this mountain, move into the sea, and it will,
Pops, you said something to me at one point in time. You said that when you are afraid of something, it's your body, your mind trying to protect you from the disappointment.
Oh, yeah.
So he was telling me that, like, just being afraid and being doubtful, you're trying to protect yourself from the disappointment of not getting what you want, right?
It's the ego. Yeah, it's the ego actually telling you, trying to protect you. It's really that voice in your head, the ego, is and it's there to protect you. It's telling you, those doubtful thoughts and stuff like that is really for your protection. It's telling you that, hey, somebody tried and them never do it. Why you think so you gonna do it? Why you think so you can do it? And we tend to succumb to those feelings, those thoughts, and we give up and say, you're right. And
the funny thing? Yeah. The funny thing? When people tell you stuff like that, if you have the attitude, they'll be like, all right, watch. Not saying that you're gonna do things for the benefit of other people. You're doing it, firstly for you, because you want to do it. It's your dream. But when you sit down and you say, all right, no matter what happens, I'm going to do this. It, like everything that we're using right now, I'm talking to you and we have a whole bunch of technology. At one point in time, this was an idea. And I can swear somebody told the person who was thinking about it that is rubbish. Somebody told him. And if he listened, it wouldn't be working, or she. You get me? So it's like, how dare we allow ourselves to be trapped in fear? Fear of what? Because think about everything that you've been fearful of. When it happens, generally it's never normally as bad as you thought it would be. I mean, even if it's bad, it's just never normally as bad.
Skydiving is pretty bad. I'll never skydive. No, that's
I'm getting Darron do like to stick his neck out. Darron like to play it safe.
No, but you're right. Like, why would I jump out of a perfectly good airplane?
Why would I bungee jump? Why would I skydive?
No, that's kind of like testing the limits.
As old as I am, Darron, I would do it. I'm that adventurous.
You want to jump out of a plane?
I would jump out of a plane, yeah.
Jump out of a plane. No, I'm all right.
Let me tell you, I always wanted to do scuba diving.
Yeah, scuba diving is nice.
And I went on vacation to Mexico, me and my wife and my little son, my youngest son. And I was on the boat and I was hooked up to the gear and stuff like that and ready to jump off. chicken up, man. I said, yo, I can't do this. And yo, I couldn't believe, yo, I said, nah, this, I can't do this. And Lord, my youngest son, him just said, all right, Pops, see you later.
You went in?
He dived in, right? And just something I dreamed of. I always wanted to go see, go underwater and see, the fish and, all of that. And man, I had the opportunity. And I said, so it's you with the bungee jumping.
No, but think about it. Like, think about it. It's not even so much as being fearful. It's about being smart because you have
Is that being smart?
you have a little rope that's.
But other people do it, right? I mean, many, yeah.
But I mean, we understand. We know 10% of the life in ocean, so it's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
To not want to go in the ocean.
Let me tell you something. I saw a video of one of those colossal squid, and that thing was huge, bro. They showed you like a whale that had like the beak marks across its face, like the squid was trying to, I don't know, attack the whale. And I'm like, granted,
Must be a giant squid.
Yeah, but it's in the Gulf of Mexico, so of course we are not nowhere near it. But I'm like, that thing can swim, so it can move around. What if it decides to change? And I am the one that sees it down there. But I mean, I've been scuba diving before. I've been snorkeling, and it's literally almost an otherworldly experience because you're down there and you're seeing things that you would never see. You see like fish coming up to you, and just the kaleidoscope of colors. You can get potty certified on it.
Well, the point is the ego say, boy, you might drown. Yo, don't go in there. Don't go in there.
Don't go in. And the thing is, like there's a difference. Firstly, there is a difference between being fearful and being cognizant of danger. Right? Danger is real. Fear is not. So if you see something that is dangerous, that can potentially harm you, or it's okay to be apprehensive about that. But being afraid is a choice. You know what I mean? Think about those guys that run into burning buildings for a living. Like everybody's running out and they're running into the burning building. Like they are aware of the danger. And I mean, maybe
Well, you know what? Saying that, I remember when I was in college, I met this youth from Panama. He's Panamanian, speaks fluent Spanish, but his parents, our grandparents came from Jamaica. So when he speaks English, he sounds like he's from Jamaica, right? So we became close and stuff like that. And he was telling me he was in the service. He said, so what did you do in the service? He said he used to parachute. I said, yeah, that must be fun, man. He said, yeah, but every time I jump out, I was scared like hell, man. But I had to do it. It's like, he said, every time I jumped out of a plane, I was scared, but so I did it. He was a
paratrooper.
Yeah, he was a paratrooper. Man. He said, every time I jump, I was scared like hell. So, it's okay to be afraid, but, just realize that, hey, things, you have to sometimes overcome that fear to accomplish certain things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so nothing wrong, like you said, nothing wrong. I mean, if you see somebody coming up to you with a gun, and it's all right to be fearful or be scared, right? Because this person might shoot you. You know what I'm saying? But, certain other things, well, if it's a chance that it's a 50-50 chance or even a greater possibility that, you can make it. But, like I said, like you were saying, that voice in your head, it's always telling you, you better be careful. It's there to protect you, really. But sometimes it can cripple you. It can, you can become too afraid to do things because you're always listening.
Fear is paralyzing. Like if you think about most cases when something goes wrong, it's the one person who's calm in that situation that makes it out, Because then when you're calm, you're able to apply logic, sound logic even, to certain situations, and then you can gain the upper hand. Now, that's easy to say because the circumstances will dictate how one responds to it. But again, the saying, cooler heads prevail. It's not foolishness. Because I saw this dude on social media. It was a post. It looked like he was posting from jail. And he said, how I ruined my life in 5 minutes. So, long story short, he went to the club with his chick. Somebody dissed him, that him feel like he can get disrespected. So, in the 5 minutes, he retaliated with the disrespect. Things that escalated, weapon drawn.
Mm-hmm.
He got now arrested for whether assault, attempted, whatever. I don't know the story, but that was the situation. Now he's serving 15 years in prison. In 5 minutes,
for one moment.
he threw away 15 years of his life. So he missed the birth of his child. He spent over 15 grand in legal fees, he said, and now he's just stuck in prison. And if he just made a different decision in that moment, because he felt disrespected. Maybe he wasn't, maybe he was, maybe he wasn't, but he reacted a certain way.
Yeah.
Cooler head prevail. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, even in a situation where something terrifying is happening, you know, somebody car plunge over into a river and their water is coming in. You know, you can't use the seatbelt thing and break the glass, but you go in there screaming and panicking and then you reach the bottom. It's like, if you know, it's not something that anybody and be like, oh, just be all right and know these things. You know, I myself might be in a situation and I react a certain way because of just being human. But again, if you can remain calm, just like life, you know, somebody, and COVID teach you that. You know, people working them big bossy 9 to 5 years and COVID come and just stop that.
All the way.
And then people have to now try to survive, you know, from that. You know.
Yeah. So Darron, tell me what's going on in a yard, man. And anything, you know, what's going on? The Bob Marley movie worked out. I heard that you were a crew cast. What did you?
Yeah, crew.
Crew. What are you doing actually?
Wait, what am I doing in general?
No. In the movie. Yeah.
Well, in the movie, I was a crowd AD or a part of the team.
Oh, okay.
So officially, I was a set PA, but I was working with the assistant directing team. I helped to direct the crowd, the background scenes. So when you're looking at the movie and you see the people, is it the people cheering? Is it the people walking down the streets? The soldiers, the people in the crowd, all anything that involves like background movement. That's the department I work in.
Oh, cool.
The man was doing a lot of work.
Yes, sir.
But you see, I'm so proud of the whole thing because, you know, it was the number one movie in America for a while.
Look at that.
And
Look at that. And the critics, I mean, they gave him what, 3 or 2 star out of 5 or something.
Yeah.
It was awful.
We never give that no more energy because again, it prove it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they make back the money. Yeah, but a lot of Jamaicans, you know, you're online and YouTube or whatever, people say, well, I never like all them Jews so much. English people for play Jamaican and, you know, and them might disrespect Yardie because them could I get Jamaican for play the sport and stuff like that, you know, and you know.
The thing is, you know, my thing is this, you see? The best way and for silence any critic is to just make the work speak for itself.
Yeah.
You see, once you do that, it's done. I remember we were doing a show at one point in time, you know, and somebody was upset about something as it relates to the show. And I was like, all right, cool. Watch. No, it wasn't up to me for anything to happen or whatever. I mean, I was just an actor in the show. But we sold out every single night for 3 months. Right? Yeah. Sold out. And then the person who was complaining about the whole show and come to me and say, hey, you can do a benefit. I say, yeah, we do it, yes. We do it, you know, as long as the money right. When I say no. But
not everything is for everybody. And that's one of the things I learned from doing One Love and doing other works is that even if you have 1 or 2 critics, or maybe even many critics, it doesn't matter. The movie is not for you. That's fair. That's fine.
That's art. That is art. That is art. Art is
love what you love.
You love what you love.
Art is subjective, yeah.
And you know what I really want people to understand, especially young people in this day and age, it is okay to have your own opinion. It really is.
Mm.
And it's okay to believe what you want to believe. What is not okay is when you feel that you should force feed somebody else's your opinion. On anything. That is the part where it's not cool. People these days, they have this fear of being different when that's where the beauty is. Everybody's like trying to be the same. And you need...
Well, they're trying to be labeled.
Yeah.
I would say.
You know, being different is dare to be different. That's the power of individuality. That's your superpower. Nobody can't be you. So just as you're saying, people, you know, it's not, if something is not for you, it's not for you. That's fine. There's nothing wrong. Something for you is out there. You know, you don't need to be worried about how somebody's gonna view you because you don't like this. That's...
Well, you know, it's funny. Most people, they're worried about what other people think. That's all. You know,
that's a horrible way to live, man.
But most people,
horrible.
Them I say this. You know, if we do this, them people are gonna talk. But that's how people think, man. Yo, you know, people are.
On the opposite side, it's always people that they only care about what they think. No one else can have an opinion. It's only their opinion. And I've always seen that's the majority of social media right now is everyone wants their opinion to be the only opinion.
And everybody's an expert. Everybody's an expert.
Yeah, that's where a lot of conflict comes from what I'm seeing, because just because you've experienced a certain thing doesn't mean that's the only experience.
That's it. And I can say this, and I'm saying this unapologetically. If you are only limited to your perspective, you're in for a dismal experience in life. Like dismal. If you can only see things from your vantage point, and that's the only perspective you're able to completely see things and understand things from, your experience is gonna be horrible. Because what's gonna happen is that you're gonna be a one-dimensional human being. And that's not how you are supposed to live. Everybody has a different experience in this life. Like all three of us here were talking, we have complete different experiences with the same thing. We're all men, we're all living, and we all have different experiences being men. Right? So if I said to you that, yo, this is one way, this is the way I do things, you're like, yeah, but that's not how I do it. I can't tell you that you're wrong. Right? Yeah. You live what you live.
That's how you do it.
So how you gonna come on? How somebody gonna come on and be like, this is the only way to do this? How? I literally am doing somewhere else.
To add to what you were saying earlier, so the previous conversation, to have a good life or to have a good experience, you need to have people around you as well that help to lift it up. Yeah. This is adding to the conversation we're having about fear. Yeah, I feel like it is also you shouldn't let fear rule you, but also it's okay to be fearful, but it's also you need people around you that's going to
you can do it. Yeah, encourage you. You can do it, man. No, yeah. It's like you know the guy that's jumping out of the airplane, you know, the parachute.
No.
The bungee jump. You can do it, Darron. You can jump, man. You all right? I got you.
No, but it's true, you know.
I need the right voice, Dave.
No, but seriously speaking, you know, we've been programmed from birth, okay? By other people telling us. And sometimes, and I think most of the times with good intention, but because this includes your parents, your teachers, and, you know, other people, you know, telling you things, right? And, you know, you get older. I mean, you come into this universe with a blank slate, and then when you reach by the age of 4 or 5, you know, you start getting programmed. You start getting programmed, and guess what? It stays with you, man. It stays with you. It doesn't go away. And when a situation come up, you remember, you know, you flip through the cards and you remember that person telling you this, and you're saying, oh, sweat, maybe I shouldn't do this because, you know, and that's how people live their life, you know. You know, most people are, I hate to say it this way, but I don't know it that way. Most people are asleep, you know. They live
That's facts. That's
yeah.
big facts.
Yeah, they live, with their five senses. They don't realize that they're more than just human. And some
They're
people
just
might disagree.
coasting through life.
Yeah,
That's exactly what they do.
you ever hear
Like
people say,
trees.
"Well, I'm only human." You're
you're
not
not.
only human. There's a part of you that's a being. You know what I'm saying? Human being. That being part of you is that other part that um, is like, how can I put it, Chev?
It extends beyond the physical.
Yes, right. Beyond the senses, beyond the five senses, right? It beats your heart. It helps you. You breathe. The atomic. What do you call it? Nervous system. The anatomic. My tongues are twisted. But the autonomic. Yeah, that's the word. Nervous system that breathes. You don't have to think about breathing. You don't have to think about going to the bathroom. If you have to, everything just operates.
Governed by the medulla oblongata. But
Right.
see, what I want to add to what you're saying is, a lot of times we're living in life. There are things that we have to unlearn,
Reprogram.
to get to where we need to go. Because fear, the same thing with fear. A lot of it, as he said, was programmed because your mom might see you playing and she's like, oh, you might fall. And when she catch you and you almost fall, that's when you start crying because you didn't know that it was dangerous until she react a certain way, Look at kids when they fall. If they fall, you're like, you're okay. They get up and they start going. When you rush them to a certain way, them start screaming because now they're panicking. So it's something that it goes even beyond that. Like there's certain things that I've had to unlearn and reprogram in my own brain to say, oh, that's one way to look at it. For example, like in just looking at things and seeing lack versus seeing abundance. It's simple because it's again the internet. There's this red car analogy. If I said to you, what was the last color car you saw? Was it red? You can't tell me. But then if I said to you, go outside and then look for a red car, you're gonna see so many red cars. You didn't even know that there were so many red cars there because you're looking for it. So when you start looking for opportunities find you. If you're not looking for opportunities, you're not gonna find any. It's not gonna just fall out of the sky like a brick and hit you in the head. You have to look for them. But then it's not just about just looking with your eyes. You gotta be open to that. You have to be on that frequency where you're open to good things happening for you. And you're okay with it. And you're not being guilty when something good happens in your life. You have to embrace that.
Yeah.
You get me? I say it's like
it's positive vibration versus negative vibrations. All of that. Fear, envy, all negative vibration. Jealousy, all of that. All negative. You have to accentuate the positive. You have to go above that. Have hope. Vision.
A lot of it is trying to go back to that childlike stage, and I realized, well, that's my understanding of life.
I agree.
A girl, I will have this. As a kid, you can do anything.
Yes.
You can do every single thing. Then as adults, how we have to unlearn you can't do this, you can't do that.
That voice in the head telling you,
listen,
you can't. Yeah.
Growing up was a scam.
What do you mean? What do you mean? No, I hear you, but I want to know you expound on that. Expound on that.
I'll tell you something. When I was,
you think you could do everything.
Listen, when you
realize.
Listen, that is the scam. Listen, that's the grift. It's like when you're young, you see the grown men living and them going out, and you stuck in a house, you can't go nowhere, and you want to live life, and you see them, you see everything, all of the good things, and you're like, I can't wait to grow up. And then you grow up and you'll be like, yeah, but I can't do that, man. I have to go work tomorrow.
Exactly.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I have this responsibility.
Reality, it's called reality.
Listen, man, it's a scam. And then when you grow up, you realize that. And it's not even about the money, but bills. Like, you're like, yo, so I used to just live and get up and there's food and, now you're like, all right, I have the money, but I still have to go grocery shopping. Like, man. And then on top of that, anything happen is you can't run to nobody. It's like you're it. Yo.
Can relate to that. Can definitely relate to that.
Yeah, man. Listen. And the funny thing is, when you're young, the imagination is just you can be anything, you can do anything. It's just about imagining. And then when you're older, you're told by society that this is what you should be doing because you're this age.
Yeah.
That's what you should be doing.
Yeah.
And then you get this bunch of restrictions like a man 60 is like, you're 60, why are you gonna go back to school? No. The man is 16, can do what he want. But society have this way of trying to put people in boxes.
Right. So you're born, you go to school, you get an education, you get married, you have kids, you work and you buy a house and all the good things that people say, the dream. I was gonna say the American dream, but it's, the American dream is universal, right?
Fence and a
right.
dog.
Right. You get, in other words, you work, and then what happened? You retire, and wait to die.
I don't subscribe to that.
No, me neither.
Me
neither.
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like more live life. No.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly.
What do you mean? Like, and the funny thing is, you see if you follow the
schedule,
the breadcrumbs where them leave, if you pick it, you literally do one thing monotonously for 35, 40 years. And then when you wake up from that, you're sitting down, looking down another 5 years where you probably can walk healthily. Like what?
Yeah, most people, I don't know if it's most, but a great amount, a percentage of people after they retire, they die. Them not,
because they have no purpose.
Yeah,
they're not working.
Have you seen the meme? Working. Have you seen the meme with the couple in Italy? They're on the boat. I think it's in Venice, and it's the deer and the woman leaning over on the shoulder sleeping, and the man sleeping, and the guy just sailing them down the river, and they're like, "This is why you should take vacations when you're young." These guys are probably like 86, right? No less. Them sleeping on the thing, right? Champagne, everything put on them. Them can't stay awake. So them spend their money and them don't experience it.
The leaders of our country, I don't mean to get political, but the leaders of our countries nowadays are trying to keep people in a box that they can control them. That's the unfortunate reality where a lot of opportunities aren't offered to us where we can get those experiences. Because my uncle, he's 101 or 102 this year, and the man goes on a mile walk every day of his life. His knees are way better than mine because this man is climbing and doing. If you look at him, he looks like the only reason why you can tell he's old is because he has gray hair. And the man is 101 years old. And to this day, he tells, what he has taught me is you can never stop doing, you can never stop life.
Doing, yeah. You can.
Body in motion stays in motion.
There you go.
When you die.
Yeah, there you go.
A body in motion stays in motion, and a body and it's physics. A body at rest stays at rest. It's just like
my philosophy is, you take care of your body. You take care of yourself because, you choose, I'm gonna get philosophical now. You choose to come into this world, you choose this body, you say, you even choose your parents, believe it or not, right? People might say, what am I talking about? But trust me, it was your choice to come into this universe and live, take on this body and take on this. So what do? You get this body, you take care of it because it's the only body you have, at least for the time being, right? You take care of it and it'll take care of you, make sure you put certain chemicals in your body. I'm not talking about medicine because some people get sick and stuff like that. You have to take medicine. If you have high blood pressure, you should take your medication. But I'm talking about don't use drugs. That's what I'm talking about. Don't mess up your body. Don't smoke cigarettes. And stuff like that. Take care of your body because it's the only body you have. You know what I'm saying? If God, and unfortunately, some people do that and still them end up getting sick and stuff like that. But hey.
You have a flip side. You have a flip side.
Life.
Smoke for 75 years.
Me about people like that.
And cool man catch.
Me about them kind of people.
Yeah, some
And
people are just buy.
them have whiskey.
Listen, man, and they have some people who just eat healthy by the book and just. But again, that's life too, you know. You see, things aren't linear with life. It just moves.
Well, no, I just want to expound a little bit more. But in most cases, right, if you take care of yourself,
You'll be all right.
You'll be all right. You know, and that doesn't mean only physically. You know, don't get stressed out too much, because stress is what take out a lot of people. Stress caused by fear.
So I'm going to ask you a question,
Yeah.
Pop. Since you are the big man right here, so, right? And you've lived 4 times full lifetime.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, agent.
No, but the man look good. Like, I saw me want to look at me a teenager. You know?
All right, I better try both tight up. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So you make your points.
Four times, like.
All right. So, what may I say still? See, since stress is so bad for us, you've lived through many different things in your life. What would you give us as a sage advice on how to navigate difficult times, how to manage stress, how to, tell with that.
Oh, wow. Well, okay. It's a big, okay. So to manage stress is caused from fear. You're stressed because you feel something is going to happen that shouldn't happen. You're afraid. Think about it, right? And most of the time, you already said it. It doesn't happen the way you think. You know, you're afraid that this, you get stressed out over, boy, I'm going to lose my job, or, this is going to happen, or, whatever it is that you're afraid, and you get stressed out over it. I think you have to keep fear, stress in check. Ask yourself, why am I afraid of a certain thing? And if you can ask yourself that, right, and really figure it out, then perhaps you will see that really it's not that bad. You have to really tell yourself. And like you said about reprogramming, because we're programmed to be fearful, to have stress and stuff like that. And people even say, well, stress is good. Some stress, okay. I mean, it depends. I wouldn't call it stress. Like, what would you call a stressful situation? Like getting married, or even go buying your first house. Those are stressful situations.
Yeah.
But those are different kind of stresses. I'm talking about stresses that, make you feel, boy,
You can't sleep at night.
Yeah,
you can't eat.
you can't eat. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
And as men, good for you, because let me tell you something. At a certain age, if you really make stress carried on the road, man, you go.
What? Let me tell you,
problems.
disease. A lot of disease.
Erectile dysfunction.
Disease is caused from stress, right?
Listen. Stress. You gotta let me tell you something. Listen, man. You got one body. You have to know. Hey, but you see.
That's not the only thing stress.
Hey, that's not the thing about think about. Well, we can't get to the. Oh my God, this is stressful.
Hey, no, I seriously. So hold on. So let me ask you a question. Ones and ones. So you feel like, say, you want to be married to your nice little lady, and then, boops, you reach. Which age we can use it and see and play it safe?
You reach a certain age.
Reach a certain age. And then she did there, healthy and strong, and you look on her like, you say bingo? You want to play some bingo?
Well, yeah, forget some Viagra. That's what I'm having. Viagra.
Listen.
Let me tell you, nowadays you can't get anything, forget it up.
Listen, but I see something. Stress is one of the biggest killers, and it's a disease where people don't really talk about managing, and we laugh now, but it's literally what's killing us.
Yeah,
because your hypertension, diabetes, what the thing where pulmonary issues, it's because of stress, and there's this hormone called cortisol that literally, good for you. When you have too much stress, it builds up and it hurts you. And I think I've decided in recently how I manage stress is I sit down and I list the worst possible things that can happen in that situation, like the most abysmal outcomes. And I'm like, all right, cool. So if this is the worst that could possibly happen, right?
Yeah.
How would I navigate it if that was my reality? And as long as me not got dead,
Or go to prison
me say,
for 20 years.
That's it.
yeah, you
That's
know,
basically death.
yeah,
That's basically death. Prison. Can't do it.
yeah. So me say, listen, as long as me not gonna reach this so,
But yeah, but think about, we're talking about stress, but think about, I mean, you guys are much younger than me, right? Given, but think
Not
about,
much younger, Dave.
yes,
Yeah.
you're much younger. You guys could be my children, my chillin', you know.
you got shoes.
My chillin', right? So, but just think about how many times, I mean, we have sense, from 10-year-old, 12-year-old, and you start, since you become adults, how stressed out you get over certain situations, and then you start worrying, because stress causes worry, or vice versa. I don't know, but you worry a lot about certain things, and then like you said, the worst situation never happens. You come out of it, or even if the worst situation does happen,
You come out of it.
you come out of it. You're still alive. You bounce back. And right. So the best thing to tell yourself, answering your question, is telling yourself that I'll be all right. I'll be fine. The universe will take care of. That's what I do. That's what I tell myself. Right. First of all, I kind of analyze the situation I'm in. Right. And and I don't dwell on what if, and that's a thing that a lot of people say. I mean, mental institutions are filled with people who are just stressed out. Anxiety, and then the stress causes anxiety and stuff like that. Just live your life, do good. Whatever you do, it's gonna come back. Yeah, karma. Just think about karma. Whatever you do, it's gonna come back. If you do good, it's gonna come back to you. If you do bad, it's gonna come back. Karma is
as real as the ground was standing.
Trust me,
it's real.
The golden rule. Christ said it, man. I mention Christ a lot, but it's not that I'm a Christian or anything like that. But I think this man had something going. He knew something, and we're taping this the Saturday before Easter. I don't know when you guys are gonna see it, right? And I had to reflect on the life that Christ, because Christ was a man. Christ lived a certain life, and him it was like, yo, you're gonna kill me, you're gonna take my life, go ahead, because I'm cool with it, because I'm more than this body, right? This body, I'm more than this body. You know what I'm saying? I'm a spiritual being. As I mentioned the word being. People say, oh, but he was a human being, right? Yeah, he's a human being, but he was a being also, which was more than just being human. And we talked about it a little bit when we talked about the anatomic nervous system that takes care of you and stuff like that, help you to breathe and do certain things that you can't control, with your conscious self, right? But Christ said, listen, you can take the body, but guess what? You can't take the soul, you can't take the being, and he was willing to give it up. Yeah, he was scared. I remember him saying, Father, forgive them.
What they know not what they
do, right? And what he was saying to my interpretation, he said, they're asleep. They're still asleep. They're not awake. If they were awakened, they would realize what they're doing, but they don't know what they're doing. It's like I think another thing him say about when somebody was dying, and Christ said to his disciples, them say, "Oh, we have to go bury the dead." And said, "Man, the dead, go bury them. So come follow me, and I'll tell you what life is all about." You know what I'm saying? So I'm surprised I'm talking so much about Christ, but Christianity.
I understand it, because I say a lot of things is grounded in some of those teachings.
Yeah.
And Darron, I say one of the next thing where me and you reason about this already is when you're moving, and you move with a purpose, brother. It's like at them times the things come for test you, You know what I mean? It's not like you're still gonna be a waste man. If you know what I mean. It's like you go through life and you move with a purpose. And it's like when you're moving with a purpose, it's almost as if, I'm not saying it's gonna be a rite of passage, but you literally have to have a story. You have to overcome a bunch of stuff. And it's like, remember one time I go up on a shoot. I think me and the up on a shoot too. And the day before I go up on the shoot, something crazy happen. I mean, I say, yo, then, oh, this, no. You know what I mean? Like, no. I mean, I say, like, this don't make no sense. And normally, after that, I wouldn't go nowhere. I would just say, yo, you know what? I lock off my phone, stay in my yard, and just build. I go up on my shoot. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Right? I'm going to use whatever emotions that were lingering
to fuel you.
To fuel me in that moment. And fortunately, I delivered. But again, it's like you always get something. So it's like the most successful people in life have figured out that, okay, you know what? No matter how high I climb, I'm not gonna be without stress. You think of all the people who have reached the heights, they've all learned how to manage it. So they're like, okay, you know what? Stress is gonna be here. I'm not gonna be without it. All right, so this is what's gonna happen. You stay one side.
That's on One Love, because One Love was stressful because we filmed it. That movie was filmed in 5 months.
Yeah,
a movie like that was filmed in 5 months, and my mentor on that movie said he has a saying, "Not my circus, not my monkeys," and it's a ridiculous saying. Like phonetically, it's a ridiculous saying, but it's just true. Anytime something seems stressful, he said, "Not my circus, not my monkeys," and just
leave it alone. Exactly.
Said, true. Just leave it alone, because as a kind-hearted person or as a human, you might want to go and help something, but they're stressed out. You're not stressed out.
I'm glad you said that, you see.
You're stressed.
Yeah.
Glad you said that, you see.
Darren, that's so. What you said is
God.
so important, because if you find that you bucking heads and too much, it's not going easy, it's not flowing. Yeah, I think that's what you're saying. Yeah, you can't. Yeah, if it's not flowing, leave it alone. Right. If you're coming too much, if you're going through too much obstacles, too much, leave it. You're going a different direction. That's not where you're supposed to go.
That's facts. What I'm saying right there. That's facts. You see,
Important,
the most beautiful and the most liberating word in any language is no. Listen to what I'm saying to you. It is the most freeing. Let me tell you where it's free from. Stress. Okay, so when something come up that is tasteful, you can be like, unfortunately, I'm disinclined. If you want to make it sound pretty. Yeah. But me just say no, because guess what? When me say no, it finished right there, so you know.
Did you say no or now?
No, N-O.
Oh, okay. No. Because I thought you said now, because
no,
because I'm thinking about this book that was written by Eckhart Tolle called The Power of Now, and the thesis behind that book is that the only time you have is right now.
That's
right. If you think, the past is gone. The past is not, it's already happened, right? The future not come yet.
Yeah.
So the only time you have is right now. Now, if you keep thinking about the future, you're gonna get stressed, because you're worrying about something that never happened, that might not happen.
And I have people in my life right now, like people I love. People are like,
I highly recommend that book, by the way.
Yeah, man, I recommend it too. I have people I love right now that are trapped in the past, and I'm saying like I have to witness them fall victim to things that happened 40 years ago, over and over and over.
Keep bringing it up. Them like, can't let it go.
It's like, I see the torture and I can't free them from it, because you said to them over and over and over, but you have to kind of facilitate them like getting it out. And it's like, it's so painful. I'm like, yo,
I mean, know people like
woman can do for help you. Like woman more do anything you want.
What people are gonna say,
No, but like more want, and it's true, cause when you're trapped in the past, the thing happened 40 years ago, yo. You're alive.
Yeah.
Like why it happened, it no matter to you, no matter. It gone.
I don't know if I should say this, right, but it's so funny, right? I know this person, this family member, and very light skin, red hair, his eyes and stuff like that. And them used to call him Dundus. Or no, whatever you call him, they say albino, right? They call him albino. I said, yo, this happened 30 years ago. Oh, them kids are mean, man. I said, yo,
hurt.
Yo, and when him said it with such anger, and I said, look at you bringing, look at the stress you're causing yourself over something that happened 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they call you, but that's how kids are. You know what I'm saying? And you're an adult now. Why are you worried that, you know, they might call you mulatto or, no, what them call him, not doing this because he's from it, albino. You know what I'm saying? And people, you know, it's so funny,
Listen,
but
man,
people always
and you know,
thinking about,
and you see the pain what it caused them. Them not understand, say, letting go of that pain. Letting go of the whole thing is that's a freeing. That's how you free yourself. From it.
Yeah.
When you bring it
pain,
back up every
it's
day,
painful because when him talk about he was in so much pain, you know, from he was experiencing that thing that happened 30 years ago. And I said to him, I said, listen, look what you're going through. Look at all that pain you're going through. It happened 30 years ago. Why are you reliving it? You know? And I don't know if he got it.
It's like them trapped in a loop. And you know the movie where that movie where the person wake up and then them do everything and then at the end of the day they die and then they wake up again and just do it over and over and it's like they're trapped in that loop.
Yeah.
It's literally a loop, and you have once you wake up and you have your mental faculties intact and you're able to think and breathe, you have the option of making a choice. And you can choose to end that suffering by saying, okay, you know what? It happened. I'm alive. Let's go.
Yeah, I hear you.
That's why you need people around you to bring you out of that.
Oh, God.
Once you get stuck in it, you know.
Yeah. And you see, and it's people close to you that sometimes hurt you, or tell you all these negative stuff until you say, why, you know, you can't do this, and, you know, and it's hard to divorce yourself from those people because
you love
family,
them.
Yeah, and they're family member, and you believe them, and you know,
You have to know this. You have to know this, though. You have to know this. No matter who that person is, I'm going to talk to people in the world right now. Want to hear me? No matter who that person is in your life, no matter how much you love them, if that person, and this is as long as your intention is good, and as long as your intention is for the benefit of yourself and for people, right? That we're talking about. We're not talking about people that tell us that don't do something and it wrong. We're talking about as long as you're doing something that is right, that is in line with life. Anybody that stop you from your dream, don't give them that power then. Because people will always project their fears onto you. They couldn't do it. They don't believe it's possible because they can't do it.
Yeah.
You can do it. Yeah. Anything in life that you want to do that's positive, you can do it. And everything you need to accomplish that is already inside of you. You just need to know what you want to do.
And you know what the biggest key is? Believe it or not, I was reading, I read a lot of books, is have fun in life. You know, things that you want to do, enjoy it, and you know, be excited about it and stuff like that, because those are positive things, vibration. Now, you're trying to do something, and if you start getting confused or, you know, worried that it can't happen, it can happen, but it might take longer. But if you're excited about it and, you know, you feel hopeful and, you know, you're happy and stuff like that, it'll happen quicker. Mm-hmm. You know, it'll happen quicker because
naturally.
Yeah. You know, because
it's physics, you know, it's momentum. It's like, and what I found out is that you see, when you have something massive that you want to undertake, if you don't have the drive to just go at it, start off in small pieces. Just take that massive thing and break it down into the most minuscule portions you can and just start. You frighten how quick how far it's to finish. Just start, because humans are momentum animals. Like we thrive off movement. And the more you move, the further you go. You get me? I say it's like you go gym. Nobody goes to gym the first day benching 345. Like, nobody. Whether you're naturally strong or not. You just don't. You start somewhere. And then gradually, you find yourself doing things that you couldn't even imagine that you could do.
Yeah, and guess what? People at New Year's, the gym full up of people. Yo, I'm gonna get in shape, right? And 2 weeks later, and them give up. Them say, yo, it's too hard, you know. Them don't
this podcast and said, you know what, this is stressful. Not gonna do it.
Yeah, that's true.
But you know, the funny thing is if them did just, all right, again, me I see some things of lately on social media, and we're kind of in line with a certain mentality where we kind of cultivate. And it's funny. They say that humans have like a few phases. And I saw this last night. I'm going to paraphrase it though. Like the first phase, you get excited about doing whatever you're going to do. And then the second phase, you start it and you're like, yo, this hard. Like, damn, this is hard. You see me I say? Then the third phase is when most people either quit or continue going. And then he mentioned that the fourth phase is like the horizon phase. Like when you look at it and you're like, all right,
I can do this.
I can do this.
I can do this.
I can do this. I can do this. And then the people that get to that phase almost always get to the fifth phase where they've done it. They've done it.
Mm-hmm. It's going back to what I said initially in the beginning, right? Once you have the intention, right? And and you talk about the potholes, and you come out to the potholes or the obstacles. You jump over the obstacles and stuff like that, and you reach a certain point, right? And when you get to that point, now you say, I did it, or I'm there. Well, it's like when I graduated from college, right? It was like I couldn't even believe it. Like I didn't even go to the graduation. They mailed me my diploma, my degree, And when I got it in the mail, I said, "Oh, did all the exams and everything like that, and forget about it. Went back to work and stuff like that, and So the point I'm trying to make is that, it's all about the journey. It's all about the journey, and you feel like, well, I get there, but when you get there, it seems like, am I there? You know what I'm saying? It's hard to articulate.
Am I really there? Like, am I really there?
Right, because is that it?
That's imposter syndrome right there.
Yeah,
Because the ambitions will grow as you grow with the journey. So,
do I go back to school and do a master's? Do I go for a doctorate? You know what I'm saying? And even when you get that, is that all there is to it?
And that's imposter syndrome. I think that's what they're calling it nowadays. Because
the what syndrome?
Imposter syndrome.
Okay. Imposter syndrome. Not believing that you can do something, or
not believing that you deserve it.
What you are.
Because like you accomplished this gargantuan task, and you're like, yeah, but was I the one who really did that, or was that accident? No, you do it. Like it's like you gaslight yourself. You know what I mean? It's crazy, and a lot of people suffer from that. Yes, you deserve it. You deserve it.
I didn't. That's not what I was saying, though. I didn't say that I didn't deserve it.
I'm not saying you're saying that. I'm just saying that, like it's rooted in that.
The point I was trying to make is that it happened, and you're just wondering how did that. Well, you said how did that happen? I had the intention. I know where I wanted to be, so I got it. But that wasn't. Is that all there is to it?
And sometimes that's it, because you see when you. And that's the thing, most times you want to do something and it's like you do it, and then you're like, yo, that did too easy. At first, it felt like it was going to be like this impossible task, and you start and you're like, yo, but that easy. Like, hard. What me don't worry about? It's easy.
Yeah, and the thing is, while you start the journey, and you're into it, you're not even thinking about, you're in the moment. That's why I said the power of now. You're in the moment. And then, when it finally happened, you're still in a moment, a different moment. You know what I'm saying? And
the good moment.
Yeah, you have accomplished something, but have I accomplished? Yeah, okay, so I got my college degree. Is that more? All right, so I'm going to look for a job now, where I can use my degree. You get the job, okay. You know what I'm saying? Is that what you want? Is that it? Is that the end? No, it's not. You know what I mean? So, you keep going and you keep the journey. You know what that reminds me of? There's a saying that says in a person's life, there's two powerful moments. One moment is the moment you were born. And the second moment is the moment you find out why. Okay. I thought this is when you're dead.
Yeah, joke. I want joke kind
No, I'm just messing. Yeah, but that's significant. It's true.
It's true because like when you know that, listen, this is what I'm supposed to do, and ain't nobody gonna tell me different. Like, this is it. This is what I'm doing with my life. All you do now is you just make it almost an obsession about that thing. And it's like 99.9% of the time. Actually, 100% of the time, you're going to get through.
Yeah, you'll get there. You'll get there. And that's the thing. That's that people have to understand that you get there once you have the intention. It's like back to the, you program the GPS. Let's say you're going to somewhere. You're going to North Carolina, you're going to Florida, right? And you're going to take, it's a long trip, and you're leaving from New York. You put it in, right? It's a long trip, but eventually you'll get there because the GPS is going to take you there, right? And you just have to enjoy the ride.
Or you just lay back in the Tesla and make it auto drive.
I mean, look at Joe. Joe says he drove. What did he do? He lives in Florida, and the man says he drives to Atlanta for jobs. And that's a 6-hour drive.
Wow. Listen, that man, I'm telling you, that man is a dedicated practitioner of this craft. He deserves every good thing when it comes down to him in his career, man. The man is brilliant. The man is absolutely...
He knows what he wants, man.
The man is absolutely brilliant. Sometimes I catch myself...
We say Joe because we know him personally, but people are listening, don't know who Joe is, might not know who Joe is. So
yeah, man. So guess what? If you want to know who Joe is...
What's his name? Herrera?
Herrera, watch The Inheritance on Netflix. He's in The Inheritance on Netflix. You'll see him.
And then he's coming up in a series called From Yard.
The man is in Mega Boa. Yeah. He's in Mega Boa. He's in a bunch of stuff.
What's the one, the Mafia? What show the name with the family business? Was it family business?
I think he's in the family business too.
Yeah, no, I did see him. I watch it. Yeah, and I see him play a doctor. I mean, he's
all over the place. Yeah. But that dude, like his work ethic and that's the thing when they say the people around you.
And plus, he teaches acting.
He's an acting coach down in Florida. But
he teaches at a university. Yeah.
He's an acting coach. So like
he's a professor, adjunct professor.
Professor in acting.
He's a coach. Yeah. All right, go ahead.
But like, no, seriously, like the way he approaches the craft, it gives me a lot of motivation, man. Because the man
he envelop himself. He becomes the character. Good actors do that, but he
take it serious.
Yeah,
and you see that's why you say when you see the people around you, because like, can you imagine if you've never met some of the people who've made a positive impact on your life? Like, not saying like you would as a person, I would be I'd probably be less, but not saying I'd be a bum, but like these people who you've met in life who have given you some of these little nuggets that take with you.
There's a saying, when the student is ready, teacher will appear.
Hey, some people know something what I'm saying there. Hey.
That's what you said, basically. But hey, man, it was good hanging out with you, Darron, man.
Thank you for having me.
We got to do this again real soon. You know what I'm saying?
The conversation on this one.
We could keep going forever. It
was good. You see me? I say, big up on yourself, people. This podcast was sponsored by Cupcake Rapture Studios. All right, Leland, Phaedra Benford down in Atlanta. They have all the production needs: script writing, script reading, production, development, directing. You'll see their information at the bottom of the screen. Remember to share, like, subscribe to Big Up Yourself Podcast. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok at Big Up Yourself. You understand?
Comment and turn on post notifications.
Yeah, turn on your respect. Turn on post notifications, people, so you can get notified when the next podcast drops.
Yeah, man. We're gonna be doing this, for a while, and Darron is gonna be our co-host, not a guest host. He's gonna co-host this, so we're gonna have him again. We're Yes,
More
sir.
than happy to.
All right, there you go.
So big up yourself.
Big up yourself, everyone.
Remember, thoughts become things. Whatever you think about, you can achieve
Yes,
it. You
even
understand?
so, you might as well think about good things or positive things, because whatever you think about,
Yeah,
you will
achieve
manifest. All right,
I mean, say big up yourself.
big up.
Yo, that was a podcast.
yeah.
I love this.
Yeah.